What's up, guys? Welcome to another PlayStation Conversation. I am here with Greg Miller.
Hey, it's me, Greg Miller. It's what's up, everybody. You and Moriarty trying to break. What's up, guys, girls? Get out of the room. The men are talking about PlayStation 4.
Ladies and gentlemen. So we're here tonight. PlayStation 4 got announced. A little thing you might have heard about. There's another. It's Colin Moriarty's yapping about that. He's got Scott Lowe. That's all covered. We'll talk about that later. But one of the things they showed off was, you know, Sony bought Gaikai, what, like over a year ago now, or approaching a year ago. I guess it's after E3, so almost a year ago.
It's in game editors' years, it seemed like a year.
25 years ago, It was in 1981. So Sony bought Gaikai. We've been wondering what they would do with it tonight. We finally found out. Yesterday, we kind of got a tease because they bought a bunch of websites called PlayStationCloud.com. Yeah. Way to cover it up, Gaikai. Really good work there.
Well, that's what we all thought they were going to do anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
You're getting away from the fact of the matter here. You're doing the Goldfarb ramble. Let me break it down for you, Andy, what happened, all right?
Okay.
I came into this conference, and I said, Andy, what are they going to show us that's going to get us excited about this console? I said
I said Gaikai.
You did. No, you actually did talk about Gaikai coming up. And it's one of those things that you can show Killzone, it can be beautiful. You can show Infamous to, you know, get people like me who have really good taste in games to be really excited about it. But that's not enough.
Of course.
There's great games on the PS3. You have to tell me why I need to get it. And basically they came out and showed the PlayStation 4 and showed Gaikai and showed their new infrastructure, showed streaming and all that stuff and said, this is why it's a machine built for gamers.
So that's true. But the huge caveat for that is that they were like, and it's going to come eventually.
Yeah, I know.
We're going to roll it out step by step. I mean, here's my problem, right? Sony, when they're good at press conferences, when they're good, they're great. I mean, they nailed it tonight. They really got me. Well, other than that weird thing with Media Molecule and all the move demos and the guitars, I didn't know what was going on. But other than that, everything was really good, I thought. And my worry is that when they say something's a long way off, I mean,
that's a long way
when
off.
they do that, like there have been so many things announced at press conferences that we never saw.
Right.
Like if this is reality, if this is what the PS4 is going to be able to do within 6 months of me buying one, that is awesome. If this is going to be like a 2016 thing, that is not so awesome.
But you're talking about what, the Gaikai part of this? Like I think when here's what I'm saying. When it comes out and we buy it that night and you go home, you're going to be able to download games and play the first part.
And
you're going to be able to go to the store and say, I want to try this game and do that, you know, the streaming thing with one button. What's not going to happen is what they were talking about, right? They're like, oh, one day we want you to be able to download through Gaikai or, you know, stream through Gaikai every PlayStation game so far. It's like, obviously that's not going to be ready at all to ready to go.
And I wonder if we will ever actually see that fully implemented.
Sure. And I mean, it's one of those things like remote play could be awesome. You know what I mean? But they made when they were showing it with NAC, they were like, it's not going to be ready for every PlayStation 4 game.
Right.
And, you know, the workaround to that is, I guess if you're thinking like, if there's a game that's all about the camera or all about augmented reality, clearly that's not going to, or not augmented reality.
Little deviants.
Yeah, like, well, I'm talking about like PlayStation Move, you know what I mean?
Oh, right.
Then it's not going to be able to work, but I would have said that. I would have said, you know, it's going to, you know, work with most PlayStation 4 and been like, obviously not with PlayStation Move. Not that we're making those anymore.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I think that's what's so cool about their Gaikai acquisition and even about the presentation tonight is that it does leave them a lot of wheel room to kind of do whatever they want. I mean, this is sort of, you know, nobody has ever, you know, obviously there's cloud saves, we understand the concept of the cloud, but the full potential of the cloud is insane. And I mean, it's something that even Valve is talking about with Steambox. Like, it makes PS4 future-proofed in a really interesting way that I don't even know if Microsoft will be able to compete with unless they do acquire like OnLive, unless they have this built-in infrastructure that's now part of the PlayStation fold, you know? And so I think like there's a lot that Sony could do with this. I'm just worried that what they demoed tonight could have just been a pipe dream.
Sure. And that's what we'll keep watching for here on IGN. Every day, we talk about that PlayStation. We talk about the Xbox. Rich over here, he talks about that Wii U and the DS whenever it pops up. We're going to keep on keeping on with video game news and cool stuff. So please, keep on watching PlayStation Conversations and IGN.